I'll lead off today's segment like I did yesterday. Are you having fun yet? Because I'm at the point where I am getting so close to just being done with this team. I'm supposed to go to tomorrow's game. I told my wife I am not going. I am done. 7 runs by this bullpen in 5 innings? Literally every single thing David Stearns has done this offseason has backfired. The deadline has backfired. He couldn't wait to give between Sean Manaea and Frankie Montas $40+ million to two scrubs. Sean Manaea, 5 innings, 4 earned runs, can't not give up a home run, walking guys in critical spots. Sean Manaea has been terrible this year. His ERA up to 4.73. And this was the worry that I had re-signing him. And I said it live on this broadcast. I said it. You're paying a guy like a number one who's had one good half and he's 32 going on 33. This is on David Stearns. Bringing a guy like Rogers who can't get inherited runs out, that is on David Stearns. Bringing in Ryan Helsley, who's once again, I mean, the guy's given up 9 runs in 6 appearances. He is terrible. Awful. The only guy I know that could throw 103 and still get lit up. Today, 3 earned runs in a third of an inning. 2 earned runs in a third of an inning. Brooks Raley, Mr. Reliable, 3 earned runs. These guys can't even go 1 inning. Helsley, a third. Stanek, a third. Raley, a third. The only guy who didn't give anything up was Stanek, and he's the worst of the bunch. The offense finally shows up. And what do? Our pitching continues to implode. And that's why I keep saying this team is simply not good. It's just not. Steve Cohen's got to be sitting there saying, I have an entire stadium full of fans every single night, and we suck. The Phillies now have a 6-game lead in the division. Got lucky as all hell. The Reds were up 8-1, and Milwaukee stormed back to beat them in 13. This team, I just don't get it. This is what happens, especially with starting staffs, when you go bargain basement hunting, thinking you're smarter than the rest of the league, as clearly David Stearns does. Brings in reclamation project after reclamation project. Think of all the players he brought in this year. If David Stearns is not Medusa and turns everything to stone, either they've been horrible or injured. You bring in a great reliever like AJ Minter, injured, done for the year. Jose Siri, injured, done for practically the entire year. And he sucked in Tampa Bay. Let's be real. Frankie Montas sucked his entire career, but David Stearns couldn't wait to give him $35 million. He's horrible. You go out, you give Sean Manaea, who had a good 3 months with this team, a massive contract instead of getting a legitimate ace in here. He is now horrible. I don't want to hear about the injuries. He's pitching. You're on the major league staff. A 4.78 ERA is not going to cut it. You go out, you get a guy like Ryan Helsley, a 3 ERA with the Cardinals. And this is what we talked about on this stream. When you take guys that are in crappy situations, no pressure, you bring them into a pressure-packed situation, pressure burst pipes, and every single one of them outside of Mullins is failing. Every single one. Manaea is not living up to the contract. Montas isn't living up to the contract. You go bargain basement hunting to get a guy like Griffin Canning. Turn to stone. He's injured. Done for the year. AJ Minter, you bring in a solid reliever. He's injured. Done for the year. Max Kranick, he's injured. Done for the year. David Stearns, literally every single thing he has touched has not worked out. And I can't believe I'm saying this because he's supposed to be the guy that gets things done. Even Juan Soto. Shout out to Juan Soto, the big home run today with nobody on base, of course. But in the 9th inning, comes up, big spot. What does he do? Strike 1, strike 2, strike 3, sit down. It was a filthy pitch, but he's supposed to be great And the same thing continues to happen in game every single time late in game. Juan Soto is a guaranteed strikeout. Francisco Alvarez hits. Oh, it doesn't matter what the lineup's doing. By the way, I'm pretty sure MLB has juiced the baseball. 20 runs tonight in this game. You have almost 20 runs across the league. Everybody's mashing all of a sudden. So they definitely did something with the baseball. But that's besides the fact. You get on a guy like Luis Castillo, who has consistently owned the Mets his entire career. You get on him early. You're scoring a ton of runs. He's out after 4. If you knock the opposing pitcher out after 4 innings and he gives up 6 runs, you have to win that game. It's the same conversation we have every single night in regard to this crappy team. Yes, I've said it. They're a crappy team. Since June, Gary just went over. Since June, the Mets are 19-34. Do the math. How far under 500 are we? Heads got to scream. People got to go. Change has got to be made because, guys, let's not be naive. By this time next week, I'd be willing to bet a lot of money we're looking up at the playoff picture. Because at the end of the day, the Reds are a solid team, and we are not. When the offense is struggling, the pitching can't come through. When the pitching is struggling or whatever, no one can ever be on the same page. And think about it. David Stearns goes out and gives up a boatload for the bullpen, and it's horrible. It's almost worse. How do you bring in guys like this, and they are worse? Ryan Helsley, what the hell? What, he's got 5 earned runs in 6 appearances. ERA is almost 12. Just horrible. But I'm done wasting my money on this team. I'll tell you this. I will not go to another game this season until the Mets win a damn series. I am done. I was so stoked for Nolan McLean tomorrow. I was going Juan Soto bobblehead, buying premium seats, and right now I just called people I'm going with. I said, no thanks. I'm done. We're all not going. We all agreed we are not going until this team starts winning consistently. It's not fair. You're paying higher ticket prices, higher parking prices, higher for everything, getting there 2-3 hours early for a giveaway, all for this team to consistently lose. I don't know what to do at this point. Guys, if you're enjoying the content and you agree with me, just do me a favor, give me a thumbs up. That's what helps support the channel the most. Let's go up and down the stats while we're here. That's something I feel like I'm obligated to do. Of course, Lindor, now that we can't pitch, he's going to get hot. 3 for 5, the 2 home runs we all know. Soto 1 for 4 with the home run, which I feel is a stat line he's always got. Once again, Brandon Nimmo 1 for 5 as his OPS continues to tank. Brandon Nimmo of all guys hitting 2. Guys, think about this. Ready for this? 1, 2, and 3 in the order. 253, 252, 251. The highest batting average on this team is 253. Jeff McNeil is hitting 250, a guy who should be well over 300, and another guy who's playing himself right off this team. And guys, mark my words, he will not be here next year. Mark Vientos puts in a solid 0 for 4, 2 strikeouts as his OPS dips to 633, but you can't get on the hitting when they put up 9 runs. Sean Manaea, the big ace, another guy David Stearns couldn't wait to give a 3-year monster contract to, gives us 5 innings and 4 earned runs. Rogers, another guy who's fastball at 84. All of a sudden, these guys come here and they forget how to pitch. He had a 1.8 ERA coming here, and he can't get anybody out. And I'm watching Mendoza right now postgame. I don't want to hear the excuses. Rogers, 1 inning, 1 earned run. Helsley, a third of an inning, 2 earned runs. Brooks Raley, a third of an inning, 3 earned runs. Stanek goes to third, gives up nothing, and Montas comes in to 2 innings, 1 earned run, and of course, he doesn't look good either. He gives up 3 hits in 2 innings. It's just the same bullcrap, man. I'm so tired. But I'll get to a couple of your guys' comments. I'm going to keep it short today. I have a horrible migraine, and it's from watching this crap fest. Klubs checks in. Another Dog-ish loss. Yep. Andre. Ray, we are sure Mendoza's still keeping his job after this season. I think he's got. If we don't make it, everybody's gone. I mean, Hefner's supposed to be this pitching guru. Everybody sucks. Literally everybody. Every pitcher can't pitch on this team all of a sudden. Henry says, changing the manager would do nothing. It's the player's fault. I agree with that. Bob, top of the 8th, 9th inning. Bulls hit near Soto. Looked like he didn't care about going after the ball. He looked like he made a mistake leaving the Stankies. He's hitting fine. I think that's a bad take. That's a bad take, Bob. Like you, Bob. Bad take. Thomas, Stearns blew it big time. Gave up 6 players for those pieces of garbage. Bro, I cannot believe this. And it's not even like you can qualify all for them after the season. They are gone. They're gone. Andre, can't change all the players. Well, the manager is something you can change. That's what I know. Just cut Helsley. He's a Jordan Romano territory. They're not going to. They have to justify these trades. Ryan Helsley is 3-4 on the year. I'm looking at his stats. They're putting him up right in front of us. He's throwing strikes. 9 runs allowed through 6 appearances. I cannot believe we trade for these guys and they all of a sudden they're bums. They're horrible. Omar, Mendoza does not understand momentum. After the debacle from last night in a 2-run lead, he gives up the keys to Helsley again. Once again, gives up the lead, and momentum was gone. Game over, season over. I wouldn't be surprised. But this is what happens when you bring in an unproven manager, a first-time manager. You're going to have mistakes. Regardless of what happened last year was a magical run. But remember, we backed our way into the playoffs last year. It's not like we were running away with it. We got hot when it mattered. Richard, welcome to the jungle, Ray. I've been in the jungle, man. I've been on that floor for a long time. Ants crawling all over me, and I just keep coming back for more. Stearns ain't going anywhere, guys. You guys can call for his head all you want. The guy's the highest paid executive in baseball, and he just got that contract. Sean Manaea looks out of shape. I don't care if he's out of shape or in shape. That's the issue. When you pay guys who have sucked their whole careers, they have a good half a season when they're in a contract year, and you pay them to be a number one. It's another catastrophic mistake. Guys, these are catastrophic because you know why? After this year, next year, we're going to be looking. Manaea and Montas will be in this rotation, making $40 million between the two of them. Think about that. You could have got a Max Fried. You could have gotten a lot of other guys. It's just mind-boggling. David Stearns is praying right now these kids come up and can pitch, because if they can't, we're in some real dog crap. And it's not just this year, it's the future. You're watching the future right now. If McLean and Sproat and Tung come up and they're not effective, this organization is in for a really long depression, to say the least. I'll get to a couple more before I head out. Daniel Cavs 15 below, bro. I cannot believe this. Cannot believe this. Yvonne, another Soto's fault. This is incredible. Because it's Soto's fault for giving up 11 runs. I mean, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Yes, I get it's sarcasm. Let me get to a couple more. Lucas says you guys hate your second best player. All the guys that are hitting. But Nimmo, man, got to get him out of that 3-hole. I don't understand what we're doing with that. Donna says, Soto looks like he's scared of the outfield. He needs to do better overall. Everybody does. This team has major issues. And I said this a month ago. I will be shocked if we make the playoffs. And I just changed my entire vacation around with my wife because I thought we were going to be in the wild card. What a mistake. But guys, that's all I got for you tonight. Be sure to give us a thumbs up, subscribe, consider becoming a member to be guaranteed to get your comments read live on stream. We'll probably be back tomorrow after another loss. Let's be real, but always got to say it. Let's go Mets. Appreciate you guys sticking around. Peace.